storm surge. Here's National Hurricane Center Director Mike Brennan.
And you're going to have structural damage to buildings. Some buildings will wash away. Evacuation routes will be quickly cut off. We've lost people to storm surge in previous hurricanes who are trying to get out at the last minute, and they drown in their cars.
Wow. So are people in the storm surge areas leaving?
Yes, many are. We have reports of some of the riskiest areas, the beach communities out on the barrier islands, that they've really emptied out. But there will always be some who decide to stay, of course. I ran into one yesterday. Edward Vilmetti was gassing up his vehicle and heading out to his home in Tarpon Springs. He lives near the Gulf and is in an evacuation zone, but he said he was planning to stay.
I survived Hurricane Charlie. I've survived Hurricane Irma. We lost power for 2-3 weeks at a time for both Irma and Charlie. For me, it's just something I'm used to.
This one, of course, they're saying could be the worst one in a century, right?
Right, absolutely.
15-foot storm surge some areas.
Terrifying, definitely.
Vilmetti said he thought he might see as much as 10 feet of water in his home, but he said he definitely was not leaving.
Now, Milton is a monster of a storm now, and it hasn't made landfall yet. How powerful could it get when it does reach land?
Well, the National Hurricane Center expects that Milton will weaken some as it approaches the coast, but it's still projected to be a major Category 4 hurricane with 130-mile-per-hour winds when it makes landfall. And Milton will remain at hurricane strength as it crosses west-east across the Florida Peninsula before exiting out onto the Atlantic. Governor Ron DeSantis is warning residents of Orlando and other parts of central Florida that they have to be ready. They may see winds strong enough to destroy mobile homes and other structures, as well as tornadoes. And there could be as much as 18 inches of rain in some areas, likely to bring flash flooding. Here's the governor.
So this is not just an event about the west coast of Florida. That will be where the initial impacts and probably the most significant, but the impacts will not be limited there.
Okay, so Milton is expected to hit tonight. How much can you tell us about precisely when and what parts of Florida could be hit hardest?
Right, yeah, well, it looks like Milton will hit Florida's west coast either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. The speed is varied as it's coming through the Gulf. As to where it hits, that's an important question, but one the National Hurricane Center warns us that we should not focus on. Because Milton has grown in size as it's approached the coast, its storm surge winds and rain will affect a very large area. Hurricanes, of course, also sometimes wobble as they grow and reform, and Milton has done that a few times. The models show it now on a path a little south of Tampa Bay. But it's important to note that this far out, the Hurricane Center's track forecasts are off by an average of 60 miles, and the message is almost all of Florida's west coast should be ready for this storm.
NPR's Greg Allen in Brandon, Florida. Thank you, Greg, and stay safe.
Okay, thank you.
In the 1980s, farmers across America faced economic ruin, shaping the way agriculture works to this day. The new novel follows two young sisters growing up on a Midwest farm during that time. It's titled Us Fools. Here's the host of NPR's Book of the Day podcast, Andrew Limbaugh.
It's 1987, and Congress is deliberating a bill about giving aid to farmers when Bernadette, our narrator, watches her sister, Jo, jump off the roof of the barn. Here's author Noah Lang reading from her novel, Us Fools.
I was 9 going on 10 and she was 11. I wanted to experience falling as a way to train myself. I was 9 going on 78, 98.
Feet waiting, sweating.
Though it's said about her ill-fated experiment jumping onto the concrete to feel something.
And then in verse 4, it teaches us.
decided that having a baby would fix whatever was wrong with their marriage.
Yeah, you can't think like that. That's for sure.
I don't think you can think like that either. And I hate that because a part of me feels like she's doing all this because she's insecure and like insecure in herself right now because of what happened. And I hate that because I think Miranda's so talented and she has so much going for her, and I hate that she feels like she has to change like all these things about her to save her marriage when it shouldn't have to be like that. And I think just adding a baby in that isn't going to make it any better in my
I hope it's not true. Keep in mind, it is In Touch Weekly,
Of course,
just
right,
in
of course.
case, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there have people who have obviously been in those situations before. I'm curious if you have as well. Maybe you know somebody who's done it. Did it work out? My guess is probably not.
Yeah, or maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, I've heard some people say that, you know, when they have a baby, their spouse, whoever that is, like has a reality check.
Right.
And snaps in.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you have an opinion or perhaps a personal experience that you wouldn't mind sharing?
All right, 995-9600, 7:30 right now at US 96.3.
US 96.3 Metro Traffic.
All right, we've got a mess. I-55 northbound, right past the Madison exit. There is a crash, and then on over on I-55 past Gluckstadt southbound, there is an accident. So if you are coming north or south this morning on 55 around Gluckstadt and Madison, expect to sit in traffic for a minute. Everything else around the Jackson Metro looks good. That's your Metro traffic on US 96.3.
Gear up for hunting season with 24-month interest-free financing now for a limited time at Pelahatchie Firearms. Locally owned and operated, Pelahatchie Firearms is all stocked up on hunting rifles, scopes, silencers, flashlights, ammo, and more. Everything you need to make this hunting season the best ever. Pelahatchie Firearms is averaging about a 10-day turnaround time on silencer purchases. Pelahatchie Firearms offers complimentary mounting for any accessory purchased in-store, including scopes, stocks, grips, slings, silencers, flashlights, and more. There's never been a better time than right now to load up for deer season with 24-month 0% interest through Tower Loan at Pelahatchie Firearms. Be sure to follow Pelahatchie Firearms on Facebook and Instagram and see new arrivals and be the first to hop on hot deals. Shop online at PelahatchieFirearms.com or in person at 712 2nd Street in Pelahatchie. Enjoy the season and thank you for choosing Pelahatchie Firearms.
Back 40 Pumpkin Patch in Pelahatchie is now open. Back 40 Pumpkin Patch, just 7 miles from the reservoir, features all kinds of family fun on the farm. This year, enjoy the petting zoo, pony rides on the weekends, combine slide, swings, the corn bin, tractor barrel train, new silo slide, duck races, oversized games, a zip line, and new this year, the toddler zip line. Pumpkins for the kids are included with your admission to Back 40 Pumpkin Patch. Book your field trip, church group, or corporate outing today. Call or text 601-942-4914. Load up the family and get to Back 40 Pumpkin Patch in Pelahatchie. Now open. Be sure to follow Back 40 Pumpkin Patch on Facebook for additional operating hours and special events. Bring your appetite. Back 40 Pumpkin Patch serves up hand-pressed burgers, farm-smoked pulled pork, hot dogs, and more in the concession stand. Don't miss a minute of the fun. Back 40 Pumpkin Patch, just 7 miles from the reservoir at 291 Mary Crafts Road in Pelahatchie.
I really need some body work done. Maybe popping out a few dents and buffing out some rough spots. And let's be honest, my bumper could use some lift so it won't drag. Not to mention the damage I have from going through hell. Guess I know who I need to call. Patriot Auto Body in Brandon. Driving on Mississippi roads is not for the weak. Rocks, debris, and the potholes alone will make you increase your prayer life. If your vehicle needs some attention, you can trust Patriot Auto Body from start to finish. Hail damage, they have painless dent repair, saving you time and money. iCar Gold Class certified expert collision repair, and they'll work with your insurance company. When it comes to auto damage, Patriot Auto Body is here for you. Call them today, 601-825-5550. Patriot Auto Body, west of downtown Brandon on Highway 80. You can trust them to make your vehicle great again. 601-825-5550. 601-825-5550 for Patriot Auto Body in Brandon.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan. Visit orthepeople.com or an office near you.
It is time for
your Mississippi Lottery update. Lotto America estimated jackpot for tonight, October 9th, is $11.04 million. Estimated cash value, $5.43 million. Powerball, estimated jackpot for tonight, October 9th, is $336 million. Estimated one-time cash payout, $165.3 million. Mega Millions, estimated jackpot for Friday night, October 11th, is $150 million, with an estimated cash value of $71.5 million. Mississippi Match 5, estimated jackpot for tonight's drawing is $191,000. Congrats to two cash pop winners. Two players won $1,250 each on a ticket each from Byram Gas and Byram and Finish Line in Hattiesburg. Match 5 winner, a Brandon woman, won $800 on a ticket from Grant's Mart in Bluewood. And that is your Mississippi Lottery update. Remember, play responsibly and have fun, y'all.
Your hometown country, US 96.3, powered by Heritage Properties. Find a new place to call home at Heritage Properties. Online at heritageproperties.com.
Weather powered by our partners at Majestic Meadows.
It is a cool start this morning across central Mississippi. You want the jacket this morning? You won't need it later today. Lots of sunshine headed your way, lots of blue sky. Look at the mid-80s for highs this afternoon. Tonight we'll fall back down against the 50s. Clear skies. I'm meteorologist Matt James.
was, and now I'm a single mom.
Okay.
Sarah said my sister did.
To the old levels. Yeah. And look what happened this week. Look what happened this week. As soon as there was a sign of trouble, I tell you,
Right, so first thing you have
This is when you add Zaxby's fried chicken to it?
Education, mentorship, and positive peer pressure.
Yeah, you go on Eventbrite and you put in some description of what the event is. Yeah, and then you'll find the tickets and stuff there.
Exactly. That's why I asked that, because I did do the same thing. You know, people have been using Eventbrite more and more, and I'm like, let me go and see what this event all about.
What's out there, yeah.
And so I was like, what are you in?
Yeah, and you start finding out about all events in the area and all events that tickets for Eventbrite. Yeah. All right, this is going on this Saturday. What time we start?
So the doors open at 6, the show starts at 7.
All right, it's going to be this Saturday at the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. That's right there on Lakeland Drive by the baseball field. Y'all know the spot. This is going to be benefiting a great cause. And a lot of times we be knowing victims of stuff like this. We
know more than you think you know.
Yeah. And sometimes a silent help is good too. If you just say, I want to come to the fashion show, but I really don't want to come. I want to give a donation and stuff. So give us some info on how we can contact if we just want to call and say, hey, I just would like to make a donation.
Yeah, so I can be contacted on my email address, wjustice.clark at iamappareldesign.com.
Is that your organization?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that part. So okay, good deal. All right. We listening, but really not listening, because I'm listening to this, I'm watching this, I'm trying to see this, so it's about 15 things going on. She had to find out the hard way. So I'm gonna tell the story, ain't got nothing to do with, But anyway, she had to find out the hard way. Like, I'm sitting over here, and she thinking that I'm just doing nothing. So she decided, I'm gonna do the show. So she came in, and then she called me.
I did my job plus his job, and I said, it's too much. It's too much.
Mel, I did not realize you had all that going on over there.
But because doing all the things I have going on, plus your things I have going on, and you merge it together, I'm like that picture of, what's your girl name from Precious? Too much. T-E-W much. But yeah, if you guys are moving and grooving, stick around because we have more.
All right, stay locked. 99 JLs, good morning.
This fall season, keep your vehicle running right with Car Care Clinic, Jackson Metro's AAA repair shop. With ASE certified mechanics and 28-point full-service oil changes, premium motor oils, preventative maintenance, inspections, checks and fills. Plus, they'll clean essential components of your vehicle. Simply stay in your car and the job is done in just a few minutes. On Wednesdays, Car Care Clinic offers a 10% discount for women, and every Thursday for military, seniors, and first responders. Car Care Clinic is a locally owned and operated A+ Better Business Bureau member that's proudly served the community for over 47 years. Visit any of their convenient locations or go to cccjl.com for savings. Car Care Clinic. We want to change your oil, not your schedule. Nobody cares like Car Care Clinic for your automobile.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, Joe?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2, at T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive.